Welcome back to another episode of Carson's Aquatics. Today we're going to be adding some more fish to my 125-gallon aquarium. In the last video, me and my friend Miles moved this 125-gallon tank over to the new fish room. I decorated the tank. I added in these 12 Buenos Aires tetras. I also added my clown knifefish, who is in the cave right here. Hopefully you'll get a look at him later. But then off camera, I did actually add my red-tailed catfish to this tank. You guys may remember I did have two of these baby red-tailed catfish. Unfortunately, the other one did pass away. And surprisingly enough, it was the bigger of the two that passed away. So I honestly have no idea what happened. But this guy seems to be doing great. He's been in this tank for about 3 days. He's been eating every day. He looks to be growing a little bit. It definitely stinks that we did lose the other one, but I mean, that's why I got two in the first place, just in case something happened to one of them. But anyway, that red-tailed catfish and the rest of the fish in this tank are gonna be getting some new roommates today. And basically, we're just gonna be moving everything from my 75-gallon tank over to this 125. That includes 4 American cichlids, a blue crayfish, a pictus catfish, and then a few silver dollars. They are absolutely gonna love it in this tank. It's gonna be an extra 50 gallons from the previous tank, and I definitely cannot wait to see them all in here. But first, there are a few things I wanna update you guys on. First of all, the pool pond is just looking absolutely amazing. All the fish are doing just great. You can see 3 of them right here. Our 2 Oscars, Ozzy and Tank, and then Ike the pike cichlid right there behind Ozzy. And then where's Bruce at? Oh, there he is. Once again, chilling by the log. And I actually don't think I've fed the pool pond on camera yet, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I pretty much guarantee Ike gets this first one. Yep, Tank coming over for some action. Where's Bruce at? Bruce, come get some food, bro. Here, I'll drop some right over by him. Give Ozzy a couple more, boom. This pool pond is just so much fun to feed. I cannot wait to get some more monster fish in here. I was actually at the fish store the other day and I saw something very, very cool that I'm probably gonna end up getting for this pool pond, so stay tuned for that. Oh yeah, one other thing I did to this pool pond, I messed with the filter a little bit. I talked about it when I initially set this pool pond up, but this filter box used to be like 3 inches higher, but I did cut an outline of the waterfall box into this crate. So now you can see the water pours out much closer to the water level, which makes the water noise a lot quieter, and it also helps the circulation in this pond because the water's coming out more horizontal instead of vertical, where it would just get sucked right back into the pump. With it like this, it'll circulate the pond way better, keeping the water a lot cleaner. And I mean, you can already tell it's working great. This pond is looking beautiful. But yeah, other than that, not too much going on. We got the turtle pond over here. Midas cruising along the bottom. He's getting huge. And there are a bunch of baby guppies in this pond. They might be a little hard to see, but I mean, there are just babies everywhere in here. Other than that though, nothing currently in this quarantine tank. Oh, later today actually, me and Miles are picking up the 75-gallon tank after I move the cichlids over, of course. And we're gonna be putting the 75 right here. That is going down today. Things are finally getting done here in the fish room. I'm gonna be uploading a lot more with all this going on. But now I think it is time to head over to the old fish room and pick up the rest of the fish for the 125-gallon tank. I'll see you over there. Alrighty guys, so we're over here at the old fish room. And real quick, let me just show you what we got going on over here. This is the 75-gallon tank I've been talking about, and these are all the fish that are coming home with us today. My blood parrot cichlid Kobe, my redhead cichlid right there, who has just been growing a ton lately, and his colors are starting to come in nicely. We got my electric blue Acara right there, Texas cichlid in the back, and we got a few of these silver dollars in here. This guy's really big too. Pictus catfish chilling under the driftwood, and our electric blue crayfish chilling in his cave. His name is Neptune. Here in about an hour or so, there's only gonna be 1 fish left in this room, and that is my flowerhorn Pluto in that 40-gallon tank. And I'm honestly tempted to bring him home with me and just put him in the 25-gallon for a few days until we can get this 55-gallon set up over there, which by the way is completely drained, ready to move. Yeah, just look at this room now. Not too long ago, there were tanks everywhere in here, but now here pretty soon, this room is going to be completely empty, and it all starts today with us moving these fish over to the 125-gallon tank. So what I'm gonna do is turn off the filter and heater in this tank, then I'm gonna start draining it, and then while it's draining, we'll go ahead and catch all the fish out of here. I've got 3 buckets right here to move them in, so let's get this thing started. Real quick, I am gonna go ahead and feed them, just because they are going to a new tank. They might be a little nervous, might not want to eat for a few days, so we'll just make sure they're nice and full. And now that they're all fed, we're going to start draining this tank. And now before we start catching all these fish, I obviously want to get some water into these 3 buckets. While those buckets were filling, I went ahead and got all the wood and rocks out of this tank. And now we are ready to start catching these fish and crayfish out of this tank, getting them into their buckets. And I think we'll go ahead and start with the crayfish. I'm gonna try and grab him by hand. There we go. All right, buddy, you're going to a much bigger tank. Don't even worry about it. I'm also gonna put this cave in his bucket. I'm not gonna put any fish in here because I don't want him pinching them. But now we're gonna go ahead and catch the fish. And I wanna start with the 2 biggest because they're gonna go in separate buckets. So that would be the redhead and the blood parrot. Come here, Kobe. It's okay. You're good. You're good. There we go. Got Kobe. I've had Kobe for a long time now. Gonna go for the redhead next. All right, got the redhead, and into the bucket he goes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and catch the catfish out of here. This is probably the next biggest fish. Got him. Listen, he's croaking. All right, got the electric blue Acara. Now we're gonna go for our Texas cichlid right over here. Got him. Now we just got the 3 silver dollars. Got 2 of them on that one. And got the last one. Alright guys, so we've got all of our fish out of the 75-gallon tank. You can see our crayfish in this bucket. I put the cave in there for him, but he is choosing not to use it. Then we got the blood parrot, electric blue Acara, and Texas cichlid in this one. Then we got our redhead, Pictus catfish, and silver dollars in this one. They're all doing good, ready to go. Now with that being said, we're just gonna get these guys home. I'm gonna let this tank keep draining while I'm gone. Me and Miles are coming back here in like an hour to pick up this tank. You won't see that in this video. I'm gonna have a whole video setting this tank up, so you'll see all that then. This video is just about all these guys getting a new home in the 125. So we're gonna get these guys all loaded up into the truck and hit the road. Alright guys, we made it back to the house. We've got all of our fish right here. Now we are gonna go ahead and acclimate them to this tank, and to do that, we're gonna get a scoop of tank water, dump it into each of their buckets every few minutes. Then here in about 20 minutes, they'll be adjusted and ready to go into the tank. So with that being said, I'll see you then. Alrighty guys, it has been about 20 minutes. Our fish have been acclimated to this tank. And while they were acclimating, I went ahead and added the wood from their 75-gallon tank. There's the smaller piece on the right and the bigger one over here. It looks good in there. I took their big cave out. That was in the middle. There it is. Because our clown knifefish hid in that cave literally all the time. And I just wanted them to come out and meet all the other fish. I wanted to see them interact. So after we get all these fish in there, I will put that tree thing back in there. Here's a good look at our clown knife right there. Got him a couple videos ago. He is super cool. Hopefully he and the red tail back there get along with all these guys. I'm almost positive they will, but there is only one way to know for sure. So right now we are gonna go ahead and add the rest of the fish into this 125-gallon tank. We're gonna start with our electric blue Acara. He is the smallest of the cichlids, and there he goes. And just look how tiny he looks in this tank. He should start growing really fast now. But now we're gonna add our Texas cichlid. This is the second smallest cichlid. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Kobe the blood parrot next. Into the tank she goes. Wow, dude. Just look at those colors. Absolutely beautiful. Next up, we've got the redhead cichlid. And I think I accidentally grabbed a silver dollar too. Got the Pictus catfish right here. There he goes. Got the next silver dollar right here. There he goes. And now the last silver dollar right here, the biggest of the 3. And I definitely want to get more silver dollars too. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the front of this tank. All right, and now let's take a look at everyone. Psych, I somehow forgot to add Neptune, our blue crayfish. And look at the claws on this guy. I got him when he was way smaller than this. He's grown a ton, and he is going to love it in his 125-gallon tank. He's going in upside down. Bruh, are you good? There you go. All right, now we can take a look at everyone. So now I am gonna go ahead and turn off the light in this tank. That always just makes the fish a little more comfortable when they get added to a new tank. And I think I actually changed my mind on this tree decoration. The clown knife is being way more active now that I added these other fish. And I know if I add that tree in there, he'll just stay there all the time. So we're gonna leave that out for now. This other piece of driftwood should almost be done soaking. It still needs a little bit more time though. But once it is done, that'll be going right in the middle of the tank. I'm also eventually gonna pick up a few more plants. And then I might pick up 1 or 2 more fish for this tank. Now that I see everyone together in this tank, I feel like this is about the max amount of fish we can have in here. But also I am gonna be moving a couple of these fish into the 75 once we get it over here. So we probably will be able to get a few more fish for this. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna turn the light off in here. We'll let them get comfortable in this tank. We'll check up on them in the morning. We'll try feeding them as well. And yeah, I think that's about it. So far so good with these fish. Hopefully all goes well. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty guys, well it's actually a few days later, but let me go ahead and show you guys the 125-gallon tank. First of all, I mean, you can see it's looking great. All the fish seem to be super happy in here. But there are a couple changes I made to this tank. First of all, I did add this cave here in the middle. I mainly added that for Neptune, the crayfish, because that's where he hung out in the 75. But over the past few days, I've found that he prefers this corner. I don't really know why. He literally just sits here most of the day. But then I also did have to remove the red tail catfish from this tank. About 2 hours after I added all these new fish to this tank, I came down here to check on them and the red tail was beat up. I don't know who did it. It could have been the Pictus catfish. I don't really think they're supposed to be aggressive though. It could have been any of the cichlids as well. I really don't know who beat him up. But what I do know is that I added him to this turtle pond over here. I figured this would be a perfect home for him for now, because catfish don't really need deep water. They're always along the bottom of the tank. So I figured he has a good amount of surface area in this turtle pond. And you can actually see the red-tailed catfish right down there. And he's only been in here for a few days, but it definitely looks like he's already getting bigger. And I mean, you can see he has unlimited guppies in here to eat. So he should really start growing in this turtle pond. And once he does put on a little bit more size, like maybe when he's around the same size as Mr. P, the Pictus cat, then we can probably put him back in this tank and see how it goes. But if anything, I'll just end up putting him in the 75. But yeah, other than that, I do want to go ahead and feed this tank. So I'm going to call them all over. I've got their food right here. And let's watch them munch away. I do feed this tank 3 different types of food. Small pellets, big pellets, and flakes. You can see our clown knifefish up there munching. I'm glad he's finally learned to eat at the surface. Oh yeah, and I did actually choose a name for our clown knife. His name is Clyde. Clyde the clown knife. And I do plan on getting a peacock bass for this 125-gallon tank. And when we do that, we can name it Bonnie. Bonnie the bass. You know, Bonnie and Clyde. I'm sure you guys get it. But yeah, I am very happy that all these fish are doing so great in this tank. And they just look amazing in here. I love having so many fish in here. It's just non-stop action. But that pretty much is going to wrap up this video. And I think that's also going to wrap up the year. This is going to be my last video in 2022. Overall, it's been a pretty decent year for my channel. I kind of struggled with consistency. A lot of you guys probably know that. I didn't post as much as I wanted to. But you guys will be pleased to know that I'm actually working on 4 different videos right now. And I promise you guys, I'm going to try a lot harder in 2023 to post more. And I'm looking forward to it. I know we're going to hit 100,000 subscribers in 2023. And I just want to say thank you to all you guys for watching and sticking along with me on this journey. I've got a good feeling about this new year, and I hope you guys do too. But other than that, today's comment of the day goes out to, and if you want your comment to be the comment of the day in the next video, all you gotta do is drop a comment down below, and that could happen. And if you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.